This is a Winterhawk video showing how SAP Risk and Assurance Management, or RAM, can be used to document and manage risks and controls for the manufacturing industry. RAM is an SAP solution running on its business technology platform for both risk and control management. In this video, we'll look at how RAM can help food manufacturing organizations manage their risks and controls. The first risk in the risk register deals with product recalls due to problems in manufacturing, transportation, or handling. The second deals with contamination due to lack of hygiene control, while the third deals with product contamination in pet food manufacturing. Exploring the first risk in more detail, we can see from the summary data that the potential loss is significant at 22.5 million. But there are good controls that reduce this down to 1.6 million, and even less if 100% effective. It's important to link the risk to a business objective to properly prioritize risk and control management efforts and their contribution to meeting those objectives. Unsurprisingly, food manufacturing is heavily regulated in the USA and EU and elsewhere in the world. Regulations are increasingly moving towards preventative, rather than reactive, management. This organization has identified two causes that could lead to the risk to become an event: poor temperature management and cleanliness in distribution vehicles. The uncontrolled loss is estimated at 22.5 million. Two controls have been selected from the RAM library to mitigate this risk. The first is not so effective in mitigating this particular risk, but the second, implementing critical control points, is. It reduces the risk likelihood by 80% and the loss by an estimated 15 million. Let's investigate this control. In the control summary data, we can see there are several control performance runs, one of which raised a RAM finding. However, we can also see the latest control assessment is good, indicating a well-designed and implemented control. The control itself ensures a critical control points plan. One of 7 aspects of a hazard analysis and critical control points plan is properly documented and performed. There are 2 manual procedures for the control. One is to assess the adequacy of the control design for governance purposes. The other is the actual critical control points performance. Both have control test results we can easily investigate. The purpose of the first manual procedure is to confirm via testing that the critical control points plan is being implemented by the business. In this example, 3 key tests are performed. These are to test for biological, physical, or chemical hazards, thorough vehicle sanitization, and consistent temperature control during transportation. Returning to the control documentation, we can see that RAM will include links to the organizational hierarchy, business processes that the control impacts, and regulations that the control is to demonstrate compliance for. In this example, the control covers EU Regulations 852, 853 and 854. They deal with food hygiene, including products with animal origin, and those intended for human consumption. However, we saw in the control summary data that there was a control performance result that requires further investigation. Clicking on the Display Procedure Runs button opens up the results data. We can easily filter on procedure results using the intuitive graphical tool. Scrolling down the results table takes us to the control test run where there were found items. Clicking on the hyperlink opens up the test result data. We can see from the first step test that some sort of chemical spill was observed of unknown origin, which could potentially make the food unsafe. A thorough clean down of the vehicle is required. This is also the overall conclusion for the manual procedure test, which led to the finding being raised in RAM for that control. The finding can be further dealt with in RAM's issue and remediation service. We can review all manual and automated procedure results via standard RAM tiles. The manual procedures chart shows the status, activity types, and overall results for manually recorded results. The graphical objects are all drill-through, for easy and precise access to actionable information. In addition to value protection due to compliance in RAM, there is the business value add of risk and control management, which helps the business meet its objectives more consistently and with better resilience and agility. Winterhawk have ready-to-use RAM content for the manufacturing industry, as well as end-to-end implementation and consulting services for the solution. This will give you a cost-effective, comprehensive, best-fit outcome, with a direct link to business objectives and a rapid time to system operational effectiveness. Feel free to contact Winterhawk if you'd like to know more about RAM or how we can implement RAM for you. Thanks for watching this video.